Hello everybody and welcome to another live stream. Today I know it's Monday, so it's not usual for me to make the live streams on Monday, but I've missed two live streams because I was away visiting my family in Finland. So I thought that, hey, when I'm coming back, since I don't have anything to do today, why not do a live stream? So today's live stream will be pretty simple. Basically, the stuff that I've accumulated or bought or received as a gift while I was away visiting my family, and I also went to Stockholm to do some shopping there. Which, by the way, I love the stores in Stockholm. They just have awesome stores there. But yeah, anyways, drink of choice today is Wegmans Just Tea Oolong tea. I actually really like this tea, and it's brewed in Japan, so for the price it's good tea, probably one of the best that you can find in the US. Or, you know, like grocery store pre-brewed tea. I don't want to say like loose leaf tea or anything like that, but it's unsweetened. I've grown fond of these. I've tried the other ones that they have. They have green tea and jasmine tea and black tea, I believe, maybe another one. And this one tends to be my favorite. So yeah, there's that. By the way, there's Muffy flying around. He's very active. We've been having this gray sky the entire day, so sorry about the light conditions. It's not optimal. I know there's not much I can do about it. So first things first, when I went to Sweden, I went to Byredo, which for those of you who are not familiar, Byredo is one of the few niche fragrance brands that originate from Sweden. And I want to say that it's sort of the Serge Lutens of Sweden. It has, or they have, a very distinct scent to it. I can smell Swedish nose behind it, or I can smell Sweden when I smell their fragrances. They don't tend to be overly sweet, and although they are complex scents, they tend to be more linear and less they don't have, you know, very loud surprises. Like if you go to Serge Lutens, it might be, you know, more potent scent, even though you might buy just a plain rose fragrance. They tend to be very potent. But Byredo is more of a chic scent, nothing that's screaming too loud out there. Although they have oriental scents and they have wood scents, they aren't as opulent. They're more on the fresh, edgy, how to say, almost punky fragrances. So I went there because I wanted to buy some leather goods for my husband's birthday. By the way, Byredo also makes high-end leather goods, so like handbags that are $4,000, $3,000 and up. They are extremely gorgeous, and you can only buy them in their New York flagship store and in Stockholm. They actually have two stores, I believe, in Stockholm. They have one that's integrated in the department store, NK, and one standalone store. Anyways, I go to one that's in the department store. I love the sales lady there. She's awesome. Anyways, so I went to get that, and I have been wanting to try one of their candles ever since I came to smell Byredo. And the one that I picked up was Loose Lips. Now, this is probably an unusual scent for me to pick up because I tend to go for more stronger scents when it comes to candles. And I don't know, there is something about this one that just felt very comforting, and I thought that it would be a gorgeous scent for the whole month of December, Christmassy, what have you. So Loose Lips smells, I want to say like a lipstick, like, you know, very old school lipsticks, Guerlain lipsticks, Dior lipsticks, that kind of almost nostalgic lipstick scent. It's also on the same vein with, I want to say, Guerlain the Meteorites, but a little bit toned down. So it smells also like that. It has violet in there, so probably that's why it gives me that reminiscence. But overall, their candles, all of them, you can't go wrong with their candles. They just smell incredibly good. They have some very, oops, sorry, I got a call. I have to fix this quickly. I was having a FaceTime. Someone was calling me. Sorry. Anyways, you can't go wrong with most of their candles. And for high-end candles, they are, I want to say they're pretty affordable. What? Why can't I take this off? I've been trying, like, oh my gosh, like, come out. I want to show you. Okay, so for high-end candles, this is pretty affordable, because if you go to Diptyque, for example, which is another of my favorites when it comes to really good candles, so Jo Malone, Diptyque, and I want to say Neem or Noom, Neem, maybe Neem is another of my favorite candles. But yeah, if you go to Diptyque, something of this size would cost you, I want to say, over $100 or something like that. And this is actually, I want to say, between $50 and $60. This is a limited edition color. So all of their candles, normally the actual, let's see if I can actually take this off, because I had long nails and now I can't. Anyways, the actual candle wax in all of their fragrance candles is black with the black crystal jar, but in this case it's actually like a light pink with a pink tag. Oh my gosh, it just smells like lipstick. Like, if you like cosmetic scents, like skincare scent, you will absolutely love this. It's not a spa skincare scent, but more of a playful makeup skincare kind of scent. Yeah, it's just, it's amazing. It's seriously a beautiful scent. And again, I think this is a beautiful gift if you want to give to someone for Christmas, because it's not, you know, bank breaking, if you wish, and it's very elegant. They have very unique scents, and it's also a not overly popular brand, so you can buy it now at Space NK US and Neiman Marcus and their own website. And it's not, you know, like everybody will get this, because it's still a niche brand. And yeah, and the size of this is actually, so it's 8.4 ounces or 240 grams. It was, I think, 80-hour burn or something like that. I don't recall the details. And on the same note, I purchased another fragrance, which this wasn't planned at all. I actually went for the candle and the leather goods. But this is Rose Noir. And oh my God, it's just beautiful scent. Like, I'm not someone that uses rose. I don't typically smell of rose. Nobody would really associate me with the rose scent, but this is a punk rose. It's like dark, like it says, it's a black rose. It's very dark, very almost smoky rose. It's very fresh. There is there is very little sweetness to it. So, you know, like rose, they can often put with it some vanilla or something that to sweeten it up. This doesn't have anything like that. It's very fresh but dark at the same time, almost smoky, almost like if rose would be an incense. but like extremely fresh. It's hard to describe. And this actually smells the best the colder the weather gets, because although it's very fresh, it's very enveloping. It almost warms you up when you go in the cold weather. It sort of like blossoms in the cold weather. So yeah, I absolutely love it. The advisor at Byredo, she knew that kind of fragrances that I liked, and she knew what I purchased in the past. So she was like, you must try this one. I smelled it, I tried it on my wrist, and I was like, I'm sold. I absolutely love it. On the same note, one second. I have to answer some messages. So on the same note, or actually on the same note, the same trip, I grabbed a brand that I've never seen before. It's Vaissier. Let's share that here. And this was rather cheap candle. Like, I think it was 15 euros or 20 euros, or maybe, I don't remember. Anyways, something like that, like really cheap for the amount that you're getting. So it even comes with a proper candle lid, which I was like, wow. And it smells so good. Now, I don't know what it smells like. I want to say it has amber and maybe some musk in there. I'm not sure what it smells like, but if you ever have the chance to check this brand, check it out, because their candles smell amazing. Now, I don't know how they will smell once they are burning, so I can't really say much about that. Hi! Sorry, I just saw your message now. So yeah, there's that. On the same trip, I got something which I feel bad for saying, because I know that a lot of people won't be able to access this, but Giorgio Armani came out with the Crema Nuda in shade 00, which is basically white. And it's a limited edition for Christmas. So this is supposed to be a highlighter for your other shades, or to lighten your other shades, like, you know, Armani has done in the past, like with the Maestro. They still have the white, of course, and with the Luminous Silk some years ago, they had the white and Face Fabric white. Anyways, they tend to be phased out, unfortunately. But these, apparently, they decided to come out this year in some countries, because I haven't seen it being released in the US. They have released the palette and the lip glosses and the fragrance, but they have not released the Crema Nuda. So, hello. So yeah, I just want to say, if you happen to be in Scandinavia, or they are selling it at Look Fantastic, and some online retailers might have it, but yeah, it's the shade 00, and I want to show you. I mean, it's almost white. It's just an off-white, and there you go. And it's incredibly gorgeous. It's Crema Nuda, but in white. So the girl at Giorgio Armani at the counter saw me, saw my skin, and she was like, you probably would enjoy this. And I was like, yes, give it to me. I don't care what it costs. Actually, it was a little bit cheaper than the regular Crema Nuda in this format. So I was kind of surprised. But yeah, just letting you know that for Christmas, they're releasing 00. And if you can get your hands on it, stock up, because it will be extremely hard to get it on the future. For my skin, what I'm having right now, it's one of the things that I purchased, so I'm going to talk about that now. This isn't the palest foundation ever. I mean, if you can't tell, like, it's kind of darkish, but nevertheless, I really love it. It's the, whoa, let's see if this is better. There. It's from La Prairie, and it's the, what's the name? Cellular Swiss Ice Crystal Transforming Cream SPF 30. Whatever. Let's see if you can see. Wow. It's kind of hard to show because the packaging is so reflective. So that's what I have, and I have in the shade 10. And that was actually sort of like an impulse buy because at the duty free it was already quite cheap compared to what it costs here in the US. And then I had like a discount coupon. It was, I think, 30% off or something like that. So I was like, yep, I'm taking it. So this is what it looks like. And I'm actually having this today. I quite enjoy it, but this is more if you're, it's around, I want to say NW 13 if it doesn't oxidize, or NW 15. It can oxidize, so that's the only drawback. But it's not as full coverage as foundation, but it's not as thin as a tinted moisturizer. I know this is sort of marketed as La Prairie's tinted moisturizer, but it's technically having more coverage or more pigment than a regular tinted moisturizer. It also comes with this cute brush, which, to be honest, it's totally useless because you're wasting a lot of product and a lot of coverage while using this little thing. I mean, you better save this thing to blend concealer or something like that, but not the actual product, which already costs a lot and you don't want to be wasting with this little brush here. You can get more coverage if you apply with your fingers, that's what they say, or less coverage by mixing it up with their ice crystal cream or something like that, which I don't use skincare from La Prairie, so I can't really tell much about that. But yeah, this is what I'm having today on my skin. I'm not sure yet I like it. It's, of course, dark for me, but I wanted it because it was La Prairie, so I was like, I'm taking it. I don't care. I'm taking it. On the same note, I purchased the powder from La Prairie, which, silly me, I bought the darkest shade, or the, yeah, they have shade 1 and shade 2. I bought shade 2. I didn't see shade 1, but maybe it's because I was in a rush and I didn't pay attention to it. I don't know. Anyways, this is their famous product that a lot of makeup artists were swearing by it for many, many years. And now I've been like, I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money on a powder. But if you count the amount that it's in here, it's actually pretty much the same price as if you would buy Laura Mercier powder. So whatever. But I'm wearing this today also on top of the thingy from La Prairie. I don't know what to call it. Like, it has a exorbitantly long name, so I'm just gonna call it the SPF 30 crystal, and I have this on top of it. Now this did darken a little bit the base, just a little bit, but I found that I really like it as a contour, while, you know, for my own pale fish belly skin tone. So I'm gonna keep it for that. The nice thing, if you're someone that this would really suit you in terms of tone, even though it's supposed to be translucent, but it warms up the tone a little bit, is that you get like the travel size and the actual mommy size. So you can refill from like this little thing from here. And this little thing has a mirror and has a little poof that you actually put your finger in there, and you're not, I mean, isn't this cute? Like, this is totally cute. Like, this is, I just can't. So it comes like for the same price when you're buying the thing. And then the actual La Prairie, so it comes with some kind of device there that I haven't figured out yet for what it is. The actual poof, which I don't want to use it just so that I'm not going to damage it. I mean, look Look at this kit. Then it comes with a protective thing so that you will get zero spillage happening. And then you have two options of using it. So you have the sifter, which has, you know, the little holes, traditional one, and then you have the reload type or the baking type that you can just pull some big amount in a somewhere in a tray, and then you can like bake with it. So I just thought that was pretty neat. I don't know. La Prairie tends to think about a lot of things, which I wouldn't have thought, but yeah, that's about it. So yeah, that's that. So if you're about my shade, which is NCNW05, or technically you can wear white foundation and look fine, you might want to check the shade 2 for a beautiful contouring, like really natural contouring. Barely there, but you know, it warms up the skin a little bit. It doesn't look obvious. It doesn't look like any harsh lines. Or for a natural bronzer, then you might want to check also the shade 2. Shade 1 might be, you know, too close to skin tone to achieve that. It also has stronger pink undertones, which, yeah, anyways, that was that. Next thing, I picked up an Armani. This time I had an Armani kick, as you can tell. I picked up many many backups for my favorite mascara ever, which is a red mascara, and it's sold by Armani. So it's the Giorgio Armani Eccentrico in Rouge Iron. So nothing new about that. You've seen me wearing it. I just picked up a couple backups. I also picked up a couple backups of the Chanel Eros eyeliner, which is that red eyeliner that came in Le Rouge collection that was in the summertime. But then I went to Armani and I was like, now I got an Armani kick. I mean, for some odd reason, Armani is way cheaper in Europe than in the US, like at least certain things. And I was like, yeah, I might go and check there. And then I met the nicest makeup artist there at Armani. She was just so nice. And she, like, usually when I go to, you know, brands, I don't, like, makeup artists don't really know how to relate to my style, or they do something like, you know, put me a super dark foundation and super dark bronzer that then I look like an Oompa Loompa, or, you know, something like that, or they go for very conservative lips. Or overall, I don't tend to like the experiences of going, you know, in the counters with a makeup artist. Probably because, you know, I worked as one for many years, and I've developed my own critique and my own eye and my own, you know, my standards are way higher than most people on what I expect of a makeup artist to do to me. So probably I'm not the best customer for makeup artists, because I'm like, I can do it better, so no thanks. But I met there the nicest makeup artist ever, and she had really, like, what I liked about her is that she had very good understanding of the brand that she was working for, so Giorgio Armani, and she had very good understanding of how to integrate the products and how to achieve different looks. So I was looking at their new lip magnets, and I wasn't really certain about which shades to pick. So I went, of course, with the boldest shades, which I tend to I tend to start my collection with the boldest shades, and then I might incorporate nuder tones if I really like a formula. And she was like, do you use lip liner? And I'm like, well, I have many lip liners and I know how to use them, but I don't necessarily consistently use them. And she was like, well, she used a lip liner with this actual color, which is what I have on my lips today. And I went home and I used this, you know, on its own, because I was like, I'm not gonna get another lip liner. So I'm using this, and I found out that something was missing. It wasn't really looking right. I don't know how to explain it. The lip magnets are are like inks. It's hard to explain because it's like a lip stain, a liquid lipstick, and an ink all together. So it's not as opaque as, let's say, lime crime liquid lipsticks, but it packs a lot of pigment. So it's like watercolor where you can see your lip through. It has your own natural lip kind of finish, but it's very, very intense at the same time. So you can't really define a lot your lip line. It almost shears through, so it looked a little bit odd. But when I added the lip liner that she used, it just, whoops, looked very good. Oh, okay, so that explains why the powder thingy. See, I didn't know, I didn't even read yet the instructions. I was like, oh, that looks like a cool little thingy from the mummy jar. It's like, wait, why am I getting this little contraption in the jar? Anyways, back to the story. Again, like I said, I don't usually go to makeup artists in the counters, and I don't usually buy lip liners. Those are two things that I rarely do. But I must say that I was blown away by Armani lip liners. The formula is good, but probably you can find it, you know, for cheaper. But what really, really struck with me was the shade and the undertone, how unique the undertone is. Now, I did purchase this too. She did try on me so this one is the 501, is it Eccentrico? Yes, it's the 501 Eccentrico, so it's their neon pink. And then she tried their classic red, which is 400. But the thing with these ones is that they darken. Let me show you what I mean. So as you can see here, it's very bright, but look at my lips. I mean, they all look brighter on the tube than they actually do on the lips. So this is the actual applicator. But when you apply it on your lips, they will darken. So just that's a side info you might not need to know about it. But what happened with most of the shades is that they did turn more blue not blue, more cooler undertone and deeper. Therefore, all of their reds that had some kind of rusty or orange base were turning more into a blue, almost vampy tone on me. And that's something that I have a lot of it. I didn't want to get more of that. So she was like, let me add this lip liner, which is actually a gorgeous orange red. So this is a true orange undertone lip liner. And the beauty of it is that when using it with the lip magnet in 400 or any of their more orange tones, it made it look instantaneously orange. So I was like, first of all, these lip magnets are awesome because by just adjusting the lip liner, you can change the undertone of this little thing. I don't know how, maybe because they are translucent in a way. And secondly, when using this thing or this lip liner, it actually made it look so polished. So it still looks like you have a ink on your lips. When you eat, it will, you know, blot off. So you will have some stain on your lips. But at the same time, it looks very pulled together, not like traditional lip stains where, you know, it's more of a casual look. With this, you can really pull off a more formal or, you know, event kind of look, which, you know, it's just a little info that I wanted to throw out there. So the lip liners, if you want to turn most of your lipsticks into warmer undertone, then I suggest the lip liner in shade 6, which is this one. And for pinkier lip liners. If you have hard time finding a raspberry hot pink lip liner that will not look too bright or too nude or too, you know, dusty, then try the shade 10, which is almost a hot pink, but I don't know, it has such a beautiful undertone. I really love it. And there's just something about these lip liners that was unlike any other lip liner that I have. So I highly recommend them. And probably that was the longest ever explanation on lip liners. I highly recommend these ones. I have the Chanel Rouge Allure ink, which, if you're asking me which one should I spend money on, this one. This is more of a velvety finish. It's less long wearing, like considerably less, and it makes your lips feel, you know, as it wears off, it feels like there is some kind of a residue. So if you want to reapply, you might need to clean up your lips. With this one, there is no residue. It's almost like it disappears and it just leaves a stain. Now the pink ones stain more than the red ones or the nude. So if you want something that will have an intense stain after you've eaten, pick pinks. The red ones have like a moderate stain, but not as pink as this. Sorry, not as powerful or bright as the pink ones. Another difference, this has a natural lip finish. It does not dry out the lips. Your lips will look the same as the state that they are. So if you have very cracked lips, this will just put color on top of that. If you have very moist and hydrated lips, this will just put color on that. So this one, on the other hand, I felt that it sucked a little bit the hydration of the lips. So let me show you. I bought a shade, so it was 154 Experimente. There, you can see there. And this is sort of a rusty color. So don't get me wrong, they're very nice. That's not the thing. They have also, as you can see, look, this is a stain. The stain is drying out, so it will take a little while to dry, depending, of course, on how much you use. So the less you use, the faster it dries and so on. But if you can tell the difference, this is more of a lipstick kind of a finish. It's velvety. I'm not sure if it says, no, it doesn't say anything about velvet finish there, but it has a velvety finish. It ends up being a velvet matte. That's the closest thing I can say. But as you can see here, this is starting to dry and like suck into the skin, and this will become a true stain. Whereas this one, when it's wearing off, there is no stain or anything like that. It just wears off like lipstick, if you wish. It does, you know, dry up a little bit. It has a little bit of that inky feel. It's still translucent for a liquid lipstick. It's nothing like, you know, the Lime Crimes or the Anastasia. It's like a totally different concept from those. So if you buy this one thinking that you're gonna get, you know, the conventional liquid lipsticks, you'll be disappointed, because this is more of an ink. This is more supposed to be translucent on your lips, and it's supposed to have a finish that's more mimicking your lips rather than that, you know, crusty pigment on top of your lips that's gonna start peeling off the moment that you eat something with oil. But anyways, I wanted to point that out. As you can see, it still has some sort of a glossiness to it, but this one is starting to be matte. As you can see in my lips, it's a, you know, lip type of finish. And this is me kissing, so it has a little bit of a, I want to say fall over or transfer, but it's not really that extreme. So yeah, I highly suggest the lip magnets. I prefer the lip magnets over the Rouge Allure. The Rouge Allure, on the other hand, you get what you swatch. So this is what you're gonna get. But with these ones, you tend to get a little bit deeper than what you're going for. So that's another thing to consider. Yeah, on the same note, Armani Prima. So I know that this has been out for a little while. I want to say maybe 5-6 months, maybe a little bit more. Anyways, it's their new line that's supposed to integrate skincare with priming. So this is supposed to be skincare that will optimize the wear of your makeup. So they have different types for different skin concerns. I bought the one that's primarily for sweat and oil. So this is oil absorbing and sweat repelling type of product. You can use it all over your face. You can use it even on your eyelids as a primer. And let me tell you, this works like wonders. I don't tend to like primers. I have never found a primer that I was truly happy with. I just felt it was an extra step that honestly, if it was giving me like 10 minutes extra wear, it's really coincidental. I wouldn't tell if it's because of the primer or just because of the weather or what have you. Now, I had a sample of this. I tried it beforehand just to make sure that I didn't get a reaction, or you know, like it wouldn't interact too bad or with my skincare or whatever, that it wouldn't pile up under foundation or whatnot. I liked it. I went and I bought the full thing. I've used it now for 5 days, I want to say. Yeah. And I absolutely love it. Like, honestly, my skin, I have to say, my skin is oily, no matter what. Sometimes in the month is oilier than other times. So before my period, it's at its worst. And it can tend to be very suffocated. And a lot of times foundations, no matter what I do, will just start to, you know, crack or melt on certain areas in my face. One, because I tend to sweat. Like, naturally, I am someone that's very warm and I tend to sweat more than other people on this area. And that mixed up with the oils tend to break down anything that's on top. So after using this, my foundation stayed for 15 hours when normally it would be for maybe 3 or 4 hours at best. So I love it. I love it, love it, love it, because it also tackles the water problem, which, if you know, foundation will break down with water, of course, like unless it's a waterproof foundation, but still, even the best waterproof foundation will start breaking down if you have water and oil happening there. So yeah, I absolutely love it. This is supposed to be for problematic skin, like if you have acne, if you have oily skin, but also if you don't have any of those problems and you just happen to sweat a lot, or you happen to have a problem that I have, which is when the temperatures change. So if you're going outside and it's cold and you go inside and it's warm, your skin starts to react and it starts to produce a lot of heat, which means sweat, which means more oil, and it just gets dysregulated. You will absolutely enjoy this. I didn't believe in primers. Now I do. They also make an oil, so a gel to oil. So that's for very, very dry skin that have problems with their foundation cracking due to their skin sucking up everything. And then they also have a balm, which is more meant for people that have normal skin, normal to dehydrated skin, or dry skin that needs something extra underneath that gel to oil formula. So yeah, I hope this was informative. It is totally worth it, but I would say grab a sample beforehand so that you'll know if it actually works for you, because as you may know, oily skin primers tend to be one of the most problematic type of primers because you don't know if it's really going to work for you. Moving on, I'm not sure. I don't think I have anything else from Well, I did get this little thingy from Armani, like some samples, but nothing specific. Another primer. No, on another note, listing these products. I could list them on the description box. I know I'm very, very bad with listing stuff on the description box. I always forget it afterwards, but I'll make it a point to list it on the description box when I'm done doing this live stream. Anyways, on another note, Body Shop, which this is nothing new. It was already there when I went to Finland the first time in January, end of January, or was it February? Anyways, somewhere there. So they have the lightening and darkening foundation drops. So these are just, okay, so this is closed up with tape, so I can't open it, but they are just drops that will lighten your foundation. So this is a white with an off pink base, and it has, I want to say, medium coverage. I haven't tried it to lighten anything yet. I tried it on the store to lighten it. It did lighten pretty well, I want to say. It's quite affordable. I mean, it's Body Shop. I would say that it might work better than, you know, Manic Panic or Stargazer, thing like that. So you might want to give it a try with this if you want to lighten your foundations. Or you can use it on its own. But yeah, cool product. I know it's nothing new, but I grabbed it this time. So MAC came out with all of these cool highlighters. And as you know, I'm not a big MAC fan. I used to be when I was actually at MAC Pro, but now I'm not really into MAC. I don't know. I find their stuff and their collections too repetitive. The shades tend to be, you know, I'm not really that much into it. They're like just pushing a lot of products constantly. Like I feel like almost every week I see something new there, and I'm not really interested. But I was very interested in the new highlighters, which they are permanent. And for those of you who don't know, when I actually started in makeup, which is 13 years ago, I want to say 13 years ago, one of the first products that I purchased from MAC was their strobe cream. And the strobe cream now came out in 5 different shades. So they have the pink light, which is the original shade, red light, which has actually red shimmer in it, but it translates more into a cooler tone. They have gold light, silver light, and peach light. So awesome products if you're a fan of strobe cream. And then they came out with these highlighters. So there is the gold something is the one that has the most shimmer, so that one is to die for. Then they have a champagne tone one. Then they have a blush one, which is like peachy pink with a gold duochrome. And then they have these beautiful, I want to say it's white with violet and blue duochrome. This is what it looks like. So if you weren't able to get the Anastasia Moonchild kit, or you don't like the Anastasia kit, or for whatever reason you don't want that kit, but you still want a blue toned highlighter, then definitely give this one a try. It's the Soft Frost color. And honestly, it's the same as the ice color in the Anastasia, like that same concept, but the Anastasia one is very powdery and very chalky, and almost like it sticks on top of your skin, and it has fine micro glitter in most of their shades there. This one is just a stunning, it just melts into your skin and gives this duochrome. So my mom said this looks like an elegant highlighter when you don't want to scream that I have a highlighter. I don't know, I just find it very, very stunning. Especially like if you're in the NC 05 to 10, you will probably love this thing here. So that was that, which is, you know, very rare for me to get something from MAC. Another thing I grabbed at the duty free is the Meteorites from Guerlain, and it's in the shade 2. And let me show you what it looks like. So this is something that I grabbed specifically for days that I'm using some kind of CC cream or tinted moisturizer or just like a sunscreen. This is what it looks like. It actually translates into just a shimmery thing. Well, you can see it, but oh my gosh, the scent is just, I love the Meteorite scent. I truly do. So yeah, it looks dark on the pan, but it does not translate dark at all. It just translates into a very glowy, beautiful finish. I prefer this one over the loose Meteorites. I feel the loose Meteorites can be a little bit chunky in terms of the powder that they deliver, and it tends to have, you know, chunkier micro glitter in there. Whereas this one is more of a softer finish, soft focus, and the glitter is very, very finely milled. So if you haven't been a fan of the loose pearls type, which, I mean, it's cute to have, and I have mine and I wear it, but not as much as I would have liked to. You might want to check the compact one. Chanel, I purchased this again at the duty free, which I'm a fan of that thing. Like, it's dangerous to leave me in there. And this was from Le Rouge collection, and it's the Rouge Profond blush, so 320. And this is exactly what my skin looks when it's flushing, but in that healthy flush, not like allergic reaction type of flush, which a lot of blushes make me look actually like I'm having the allergic reaction and not a healthy blush type, like I've just been out jogging or whatever. So yeah, extremely beautiful. I don't know what else to say. Chanel blushes tend to be beautiful. This shade in particular is very beautiful. I love it. If you like these little invisible bubbles, which by the way, I'm always wearing one, like my hair is in pineapple mode 23 hours of the day. I mean, I sleep with these on up. I can't tend to, I don't stand my hair down. Like, that's why I had shaved head for so many years. That's why I've had short hair for so many years. It drives me nuts when my hair is touching my skin. It starts to give me the allergic reaction, and I don't like it. So I found this one, which was for breast cancer awareness, and I mean, how cute is that? There is can you imagine a pineapple with this dangly thing there? I'm so excited to use this. I'm really, really, really excited. Beauty blender. No need to say more. I got another beauty blender because it happened to be cheaper in Finland. Then I got a Glam Glow mask, which happens to be also way cheaper in Finland than here in the US. And I got this on a random sale that I found. It was something like 10 euros. And actually I'm enjoying it. It's like, I don't tend to like Biotherm. I'm not a Biotherm fan by any means, but this is comparable to the, or very much like the Clinique Take the Day Off balm. So it's pretty neat. Actually didn't sting my eyes. So most products for eyes or eye makeup removal tend to give me a reaction. So this one didn't. It's just deep cleanser and makeup remover. Nothing special about that. I also bought, but I didn't bring it here. Brain fart. The Chanel Vita Lumiere powder. The loose powder. So Chanel Vita Lumiere has a, like, it has several liquid foundations. It has a compact cream foundation, compact powder foundation, and a loose mineral foundation. Now, all of those are dark for me, but the shade 10 in the loose powder, mineral powder foundation thingy is actually a very good match. But it's bloody expensive product, and it's hard to find because they don't stock number 10 everywhere, because it tends to be almost white, so people aren't interested in buying that. So the lightest shade that you can find in most places is number 20. Now number 20 is also kind of light, but not obviously not as light as shade 10. Actually, let me go and grab it, because I'm sure I've already enticed people with this. So 1 second, I'll be back. So this is what it looks like, and it comes with a cute kabuki brush. And I'm gonna swatch it for you guys. No, it comes with a nice sifter, like it's not a whole type of sifter, and it's actually a glowy powder. So this is what it looks like. As you can tell, it's pretty pale, and there it is. It's actually like surprisingly pale for Chanel. Chanel also has that CC cream in number 10 that it's almost impossible to find it besides UK or some UK-based online retailers. And this is the second hardest product to find. Probably, I'm not sure if they sell it in the US. Yeah, they sell it in the US, the number 10, if you go online at least. But it's bloody expensive, and I was able to get it for quite cheap at the duty free. So that's another thing to look out if you're traveling abroad. Check the duty frees, because they have very interesting things. Not everything tends to be very cheap, but some items tend to be very, very cheap, especially if they aren't very popular or that sold. But yeah, it's a really nice product. I'm gonna probably try it out tomorrow, or I'm not sure if I'm trying it out tomorrow. Tomorrow I have an MRI pretty early in the morning, so probably I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just going to wake up, eat something, and just go. Then for some jewelry, finish it off. I have a pair of earrings from Thomas Sabo. Now, Thomas Sabo is from Germany, and he makes from regular price sterling silver jewelry to all the way up to very big diamonds and rubies and emeralds and very, very, very expensive stuff. And what I like about his brand is that he has very unusual pieces, and the pieces look beautiful from all of the angles. So if you buy a ring, it's as gorgeous inside as it is outside. So it has a lot of detail work. And I like their skulls and crosses collection, or something like that. They have, you know, very Nordic Viking type of jewelry. It's very dark. It's more masculine looking. So I got these hoops, which from far away they look like regular hoops, right? Well, they're skulls lined up like mini skulls, one on top of the other. So it looks like classy from far, but macabre from close. You know, it's like I'm having little skulls piled on top of each other, but I look classy at the same time. So if you don't like, you know, regular classy looking earrings, then you'll probably enjoy Thomas Sabo, because he has several skull inspired or earrings and jewelry with skulls. Like he has a lot, and he has 1, 2, 3. So he has the little studs with stones, which are tiny skulls. Then he has the ones that there is a skull and then there is a big sphere on the back. Then he has one that's like a black gem and skulls coming from behind. And then he has these skulls hoops. So yeah, I hope you can see them. I'm not sure if you can tell there. But I think his jewelry is awesome. And if you're in Finland, go to Kalevala. They have, in most of our department stores, they sell Kalevala, which is, Kalevala is the Finnish mythology, if you wish, or I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, it's not an anthology, it's more of a mythology. And that's what the name means, but this is a very Finnish story inspired jewelry brand. So it's from Finland, and they work mainly with bronze and silver material. They also have I think it's from the same maker, or at least you can find them in the same store usually. It's Laponia, which is, they made the Princess Leia's, what's his name? Big necklace that she wore in episode 6 of Star Wars, so the last one, when they're being, I don't know, they were receiving the awards, Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. So she was wearing that big necklace. Well, you can actually purchase it from Laponia because they are the makers of that jewelry. So they make very unusual jewelry. But the thing is that they are more working with gold, platinum, and diamonds. So it's like very, very high-end pricing. But Kalevala works more on the lower pricing of spectrum thing. And my mom got me this necklace. So this is a, let's see the name, Tukkalan solki. And it means palmet ornament, and it's, I'm not sure, it was inspired by what. So inspired by many things, but anyways, this is what it looks like, and it's bronze. Let me see if I can wear it. You can see. So this is what it looks like. It's very unusual. And yeah, they make a lot of things. I did have originally a Viking cross hammer type of thing. I lost it, unfortunately. I'm probably going to repurchase it the next time, but yeah, I truly, truly like their jewelry. It's very unusual. I don't like dainty jewelry or, you know, too feminine jewelry. I don't identify. Of course, I like, you know, sparkly hoops and things like that, but those like pearl necklaces and things like that, I don't tend to go for. So for daily wear, I prefer things like this, if that makes sense. But yeah, that was, oh no, I have some clothing pieces, which, by the way, I never show clothing pieces. I don't know why. So I thought, like, why not show it? By the way, it's getting nighttime here, so it's gonna be darker. I purchased this velvet top. So it has like a kind of a little button behind, and it's high neck, or not extremely high neck, but more towards the high neck end of things. And I purchased this at Byredo, which is sort of like an H&M in Finland, and I think they had it in Sweden. I'm not sure exactly from where it is, but they have it in several countries. So that's what I got. And then my mom got me this, which is from Cut and Pret, and it's, let's see if you can tell, it's like a shimmery fabric, and it's a long top with 3/4 sleeves. And as you can tell, I tend to like red color. So yeah, I think that's about it for for my haul. Oh no, new. Well, this is exactly like Finland haul, but when I came home, I had received these because I had ordered them on the Sephora sale, which, by the way, this year I didn't really buy that much on the Sephora sale, the official Sephora sale. I got only these 2 palettes. So, well, we got the wrong one. 1 second. Let's see. So here it is. So I purchased 2 of the Vaissier palettes because, as you know, they're kind of pricey, and if you have -20, it helps a lot. So I purchased the Bridal Satin number 3. And let me try and open this, because with these long ass nails that I have, these long nails, it's very hard to do stuff, which, by the way, I'm getting them fixed on Friday. Can't wait. It's been many weeks anyways. Can't open it. And that's what I'm wearing on my eyes. If you can tell, that's what I'm wearing on my eyes. I'm actually wearing these 2 shades only. And, well, a little bit of this in the inner corner. Again, beautiful pigmentation. Really good. Really worth it. I have a hard time believing now, after 5 palettes, that I'm going to be disappointed with Vaissier. And then I got the Editorial Brights number 8. Again, mattes or matte brights tend to be very hard to blend and very hard to pack on the color without them looking chalky. In this case, they are extremely pigmented. I'll probably do a tutorial with them at some point. Oh my gosh, I can't open anything right now. So yeah, Muffy is telling me he wants to go to sleep, and I have the lights on, so I have to probably... You want to go to sleep? Do you want to sleep? Okay. Well, he wants to sleep. Anyways, totally worth it. Absolutely love them. And yeah, so that was pretty much it for my haul. I'm probably gonna make a live stream on Friday. I'm not sure yet about what. Might be, I don't know, I might do some try-ons of the products or do a tutorial and integrate some of those products. And yeah, so I want to thank everybody who came here today, and those of you who are going to rewatch this, thank you very much. And if you have any comments or questions, again, you can reach me on the comments box down below. I'm also on Instagram. I tend to post pretty regularly, but from time to time I take breaks. And you can find also, again, I'm going to list everything that I mentioned here down below. Hopefully, I'm not sure if I'm going to do them in proper order because I don't exactly remember everything in the order, but they'll be down below. And also my website, blog is down below. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I want to wish you a very nice week. Bye-bye.